Right guys, welcome back to another video. So, things are gonna change, I can feel it. What the fuck song is that off? It's one of those snippets that's stuck in my head. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I am planning on doing some different stuff on this channel in the future, in the coming months. I'm going to do 360 video. This is virtual reality video, so it's spherical video, you might have heard it called. And if you've seen it before, you know what it's all about. If you don't know what it is, yeah, it's basically a spherical 360 degree video. This is captured usually with two cameras pointing in opposite directions, very wide angle lenses, and they're stitched together, and you get this experience of being able to look around whatever it is that's being filmed. That's if you use a VR headset, of course. You can also just view it on your phone and, you know, move the phone around to have a look or swipe the screen to move it. But the real experience of these videos is intended for in a VR headset, and when it's done well, they're really good. The technology is really in its virgin kind of phase though. This stuff is really brand new the last year or two, and so the quality is not brilliant yet. You're gonna need really very high resolution cameras to do this kind of video production justice, because if you think about it, you're stretching your video over an entire 360 degrees of a plane or whatever, as opposed to obviously the little rectangle that you see in a normal box. So even 4K 360 cameras still look a little bit blurry in comparison to kind of your, you know, the high def videos that we're used to watching nowadays. So there is quite a lot of you know, scope for this technology to keep advancing and getting better. But I'm gonna dive in. I want to dive in right now because this year I've got some cool stuff coming up in the summer. Glastonbury Festival, I think, will be the perfect place to try this type of camera work, because every direction you look, there's something interesting to look at. So you could watch back that clip several times and see something different every time. It's not just videos, photography as well. The photographs, quite obviously, are a higher resolution, better exposure. The images look a lot nicer when it's photographs. So I'd like to put together a sort of photo reel in the form of a video that you can just sit and kind of gaze at these pictures in that 3D, in that 360 degree way. I think that would be a pretty cool thing to do. So I've spoken about this before, but yeah, the camera that I've really got my eyes set on is one called the Views camera, V-U-Z-E, Views camera. Now this isn't even out yet. They're currently just sending out, they're just now sending out units to pre-orders and reviewers, that kind of thing. We haven't seen many reviews out there though yet, so I'm holding back on that camera until there's been quite a few, you know, decent reviews to see if this thing actually lives up to its build potential. Because if it lives up to its potential, this thing's going to be fucking brilliant, because it adds 3D stereoscopic depth perception to the videos, and that adds quite a lot to the experience, because at the minute most of these cameras are just, you know, it's basically like looking at a very large painting or video or videos, whatever, I don't know how to describe. It's 2D basically, it's flat, and in the VR headset that is quite noticeable. When you have depth perception, it just makes everything pop. You know, it makes you really get a more tangible sense of kind of being there. And that's what I'm aiming for, is this way of revisiting memories, going back to a special time and place, and being able to kind of relive it in a very unique way. So the 3D element adds a lot. But that camera, the Views camera, costs about 900 quid basically, if you get it shipped to Europe. It's cheaper to get it shipped to America. I think the company must be based there or something, but it's 900 quid. That's a lot of fucking money. So I'm not willing to put down on that yet until there's been more reviews and this thing's been road tested and such like that, you know. So it's a big investment, but this is the main reason for the Mega Drive sale that I've been doing recently. I also want to get a handheld emulator device and maybe a 3DS and some other stuff. But yeah, this is one of the big reasons that I did that Mega Drive sale. Now, while I'm waiting for the Views camera to be road tested and see if that lives up to what I hope it will, I've went ahead and I've bought a cheaper VR camera. It's called the LG 360 cam. This one is, yeah, standard kind of 2 wide angle lenses pointing away from each other, and it records in 2K, I believe. So it's not the highest resolution, but it gives me a good start. I got this for 120 quid on eBay. That's a little bit less than it usually goes for. I haven't seen too many units of this camera go for any cheaper than that. So it's a nice, relatively cheap camera for me to practice with and get to grips with 360 video recording. So that's going to be fun, and I'll hopefully upload some content with that camera in the next month or so, because that should be coming next week, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, so I'm planning on uploading some of the best stuff to this channel. I'm considering starting a second channel that's going to be only 360 video content. That way it'll be a little bit easier for anybody who's specifically searching for that type of content to just go to that channel and it's all 360 content. So I think that is something I'm thinking of doing. But I certainly want to put a few of the better videos, better examples of the videos on this channel. You know, obviously, you know, nobody's obliged to watch those videos. If you're not into that type of stuff, then the videos are going to be clearly labelled, so you don't have to worry about that. You know, I've never been one to complain about people uploading different types of content on their own channels, because, like I said, you know, as long as the videos are titled clearly, it's up to you whether or not you click on it. So if somebody uploads something you have absolutely no interest in, just don't watch it. That's fine. So yeah, but if anybody is interested in that stuff, there will be some of those videos coming to this channel. Now, this is moving on to something I've struggled with. I've wrestled with this topic. I still don't know what to do about it, so I'm kind of asking people's opinion on this, although obviously ultimately it's up to me. Anyway, the problem is, do I sell out? Now this is probably quite a bit of a clickbaity way to say it. It's not really selling out. What I'm getting at is, should I monetize the channel? Should I partner the channel to YouTube? It's something I've never done before. I've been making videos on YouTube since what, 2009 I think was my first upload, maybe even 2008. The best part of a decade, and I've never partnered the channel. I've never monetized anything. I've never put adverts on myself. I know obviously sometimes YouTube does content match ID and it puts adverts on your video regardless of whether you want it to, but I've never personally chosen to monetize videos or put adverts on. Even back in the day when partnering was like this special thing, and it was you know, when you first had the option to be a partner on YouTube, it was seen as something quite special, and you know, it gave you extra abilities on the channel, longer uploads and all the rest of it, and it was quite exciting to be part of YouTube in this way. That was before it kind of before YouTube really sold out to Google. I think that was before then. Anyway, yeah, I've never done that, and I like the fact that my channel has never had adverts on. You know, I don't know, I might be projecting, but I assume that people quite like the fact that there's no adverts on there. I don't know. But then the other factor is, you know, most people have ad block anyway, so does it even really make a difference? Do many people even see the adverts on YouTube, regardless of all this monetization? Because most people have ad block. Now, you know, if you're watching on your phone, you might not have those blockers and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I think people have got used to it so much these days that it's not even seen as a thing to be annoyed by. It's just standard. There's so many videos have adverts on these days that I think maybe people aren't even bothered. But here's the thing. The reason why I'm considering you know, partnering the channel, so to speak, or whatever they call it these days, is because it helps with getting your videos more viewable. You know, it helps raise your videos up in the algorithms, you know, or rather, if you don't monetize your videos, if you don't partner your channel, if you're not verified, then your videos are pushed to the bottom of the search results, you know. So, you know, I really kind of want to try and make a good go with this 360 videos thing. You know, it might take off, it might not, but I'm throwing my hat in the ring anyway, and I'm going to see where it goes. And I'd like it to work. I'd like people to be able to find the videos, and if I'm verified, if my channel is monetized in that way, it might potentially give my channel, you know, more visibility. So that's the biggest reason that I'd want to do that. The other thing is, if you want to live stream on YouTube with 360, I'm not sure if I don't know if it's all live streaming, but I certainly know for 360 live streaming, your channel has to be verified, and I think that means, you know, partnered, monetized, whatever. So maybe it doesn't. I'm still looking into it, but that seems to me to be another reason that I should do this. Yeah, it's kind of, sometimes at some point it'd be nice to be able to live stream in 360. I think that would be a really fun thing to do. Yeah, and I just want to make these videos viewable, and down the line, if it does work for me, then it would be nice to claw back a little bit of that money that I'm going to be spending on this kit. To make these videos, you know, it's a lot of investment. It's quite a lot of time invested as well, because the editing is quite laborious. But if people are intently searching out this type of content, then it makes sense for me to try, yeah, and recoup some of that investment by monetizing the channel. But yeah, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth, because I've always shied away from it. I've always wanted to just keep well away from the whole advertising thing and all the rest of it. And you know, because I'm an old school YouTuber from back in the day when adverts were a bit more of an anomaly. And yeah, I've always really liked that my channel was free of all that stuff, you know. But I think as it got to the point where nobody even cares anymore, it's so saturated now with adverts, and so many people have ad blocker. Does anybody even really notice if a channel's not monetized anymore? I mean, is it something you care about? Tell me, I don't know. But so that's my dilemma. Guys, help me out. What do you reckon? Probably nobody gives a shit. But we'll see. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to get started with these 360 videos hopefully this month or next month. We're getting to the end of March now. Next few weeks definitely. And it's going to involve not just the purchase of the new camera, but I'm going to have to sort out my laptop and get a new laptop, because you need something quite powerful to process those videos. The editing is quite intensive. A lot of data in there, of course. These videos are very large files, so the editing is quite, you know, you need a hefty, a very powerful computer to do that justice, and not be waiting around all day for it. Yeah, and other things, just other peripheral things I need to get to make this happen. So it's going to cost a lot, but it should be fun, hopefully. And primarily, the main reason I'm doing it is, like I said, to just record memories of cool things that I go to in this unique way, to be able to revisit it in years to come in this unique way. But it's nice to be able to provide content for those out there looking for it. And there's a lot of people with VR headsets now. You know, obviously, you know, people have the headsets you put your phone in. There's PSVRs doing not too bad, and you got the Vive and the Rift. So if VR continues on the trajectory that it's currently on, which is pretty good, it's slow but steady, it's doing all right. More people get into it. More people will be searching for this type of content, and I certainly enjoy it. And I'd like to provide some for others to enjoy too. So, but that's it. I know I've rambled a bit, but guys, let me know, what do you think about selling out on YouTube? Does it even matter anymore? Am I just a YouTube dinosaur by holding out and not monetizing? Yeah, let me know. But anyway, let me know what you think about 360 video, guys. If you're into it, if you're looking forward to stuff, and what have you. And yeah, like I said, most of it will probably be on a new channel that I'll do, you know, specifically just for that. But there'll be someone here as well. So that's it for this video, guys. I will see you later on. Bye bye.